What's going on, wrestling family? Welcome back to the channel. So we're going to react to 10 themes that instantly killed a WWE superstar's aura. Now, we all know this. You could be great in the ring, you could be great on the mic, you could have a fantastic character, but if they take your theme song that was great and turn it into something that sounds like they're pushing garbage water through the speakers, that can kill all your aura, if not most of it. Because when it comes to a lot of, WWE superstars, their gimmicks are codependent on their theme song. So when you switch that up, it just makes everything feel weird. Like, for example, think about this. What if The Undertaker changed his theme song and came out to the theme of the Bella Twins? You can look, but you know what I'm saying? Like, how would you feel if you saw that and it just stayed that way? Imagine if Drew McIntyre came out to the No Way Jose theme song. How would you feel about that? Exactly. So we got about 10 of those in this video. And before we get started, guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Join the family. Let's get into this.
Show and I say it like that.
What?
Theme songs that killed a WWE wrestler's aura and credibility. Number 10, Carlito. Now, there was a ton of hype surrounding the WWE return of Carlito. Carlito was a name that fans wanted to see return for some time, and when he was announced to return full-time in 2023, fans were excited to see his next run in the company. One of the issues with Carlito's presentation was that WWE changed his theme song. Carlito's first theme was a major part of his character and gimmick, and the new theme song was flat and lifeless and didn't remotely fit the persona. But it wasn't just the WWE fans who weren't a fan of the new theme, as this is what the former Intercontinental Champion had to say during an appearance on the Ringer's Cheap Heat podcast. You mean the intro? It's a little different. I wanted to do something a little different. It's been all this time. You gotta change with the times a little bit, so I wanted to kind of keep the cool more, but just come out with something new. From what I've heard, people aren't crazy about the theme song yet. I wasn't either, so maybe it's one of those things that might grow on you later on. We'll see. Carlito continued by saying, they ran it by me. They wanted to change it. I wasn't crazy about changing it. I wanted to keep it. I liked it the way it was, but they said they wanted to change it. Alright, let's see what we can do. They asked me for the input here and there. Needs more bass here, needs more drums. Little things like that. Then the lines they wanted to change. I didn't want the old lines from before. Over the past...
Alright, Carlito. I respect it. I know you just got back to WWE the past couple of years. You want to secure the bag, and you want to divide the responsibility of creating this debauchery, what you call a theme song for yourself. But we know who did this. We know it was Def Rebel. Come on, bro. We know what it is, bro. We love you, Carlito, but we can see through everything you're saying. Now, for me, this may not be a popular opinion. I'm not going to say I like the new theme song, but I would rather them do a updated version of the original one, of the cool theme song. Kind of like what Carlito said, because if they gave him the cool theme song, I think that theme song, when you go back and listen to it, it will feel very dated nowadays, right? It really would. Even though it will hit like a nostalgic part of all of our being, it would have been better to update that. Now, really quick, speaking of Carlito and talking about people who got theme songs that downgraded, it makes me think of the Judgment Day. Did you guys hear the theme song that the Judgment Day came out with recently? Personally, for me, that was definitely a downgrade. Now, the song isn't terrible, but I don't think it fits the Judgment Day. It would be better for maybe if Kofi and Xavier Woods had that as their heel theme song, then sure, it's a good theme song, but just not for the Judgment Day after coming off of the other side, one of the greatest theme songs in current WWE. It's just not the same, but I kind of understand why they did that, because I'm sure they want the theme song for the Judgment Day to reflect on the theme song of the leader. Just like the other side is very similar to Damian Priest and Rhea's theme song, this new theme is very similar to Finn Balor's theme song. It has the same, bounce to it, same BPMs, all that stuff like that. So I get why, but you can't beat the other side, bro. You just can't.
Year or so, WWE have wanted to change established songs, and this was even seen with Randy Orton. Infamously, when Orton returned from injury in late 2023, WWE actually wanted to change his iconic theme song.
The what?
The WWE legend outright refused when he heard it. Number 9.
I thought he said he didn't care that much about voices.
British Bulldog. It was a smart move for the WWE to change the presentation of the British Bulldog in '99. Bulldog's persona was incredibly outdated, and it would have been met with lukewarm reviews in front of a rabid Attitude Era audience. WWE would change everything when it came to the Bulldog, and this included his in-ring attire as well as his iconic theme song. Unfortunately, whilst the reasons for changing the theme were justified, Bulldog would use a metal-sounding song that was completely uninspired and arguably one of the most unmemorable theme songs of the respective era.
Yeah.
The only link the theme had to Bulldog's prior gimmick was that it had dogs barking at the beginning, and outside of it, it was just a generic mess that became instantly forgettable. Number 8.
Yeah, and that was a lot of theme songs back during the Attitude Era, especially if you didn't have like a character-specific theme song. You were going to get some type of metal, grunge, or something with some wah guitars in it that just wasn't that memorable.
Reich. A Heidenreich was designed to be the next big bad for The Undertaker in 2004, and whilst he had an imposing look, the character and in-ring work just wasn't at the level needed to work on par with a legendary name such as a Deadman. One of the more puzzling things about Heidenreich was his theme song, as his theme song was like a fan-made parody song. The song just literally featured a generic beat with Paul Heyman screaming his name over and over. Whenever this song is played, it was easy to see why the fans weren't taking what was supposed to be WWE's next top heel seriously. Heidenreich was a Paul Heyman guy that fans often forget, and unfortunately, he was a name that even the master himself just could not get over. Number 7.
Hey man, when Paul can't help you, it's over, buddy. And your heel, that usually works. If that don't work in adding Paul Heyman to the equation, you just ain't got it, buddy. You just ain't got it.
Isaac Yankem. Now, the mid-90s was a time period where WWE were utterly obsessed with wrestlers having professions for their gimmicks. The roster was stacked with plumbers, magicians, and even a demonic dentist.
Kane.
Isaac Yankem was introduced as Jerry Lawler's personal dentist, and Yankem would be given a push of a lifetime as he would face Lawler's arch nemesis Bret Hart at the 1995 SummerSlam event. Whilst Yankem, who would go on to play the iconic Kane character, would be a solid in-ring addition to the roster, everything about the dentist character just didn't work, and it didn't help that he had possibly the most irritating theme song of all time. It's hard to come up with any creative ideas for the theme song for a dentist. However, WWE's idea was literally a drill sound effect over and over with a classical backing track.
That thing was annoying.
Time and time again that outlandish villains can have strong theme songs, but this clearly wasn't on the minds of WWE's music department at the time. Number 6.
Man, to have a dentist as swole as Yankem or as big as Yankem, that'll be scary. You try to pull your teeth out and pull out your whole skull out your head. That's scary, man.
Stone Cold Steve Austin had one of the most celebrated theme songs of all time during the Attitude Era, and in 2000 they made the bold and somewhat controversial call to change the song. Austin's initial song perfectly captured the essence of the character, and it gave him a sense of awe and legitimacy as he made his way down to the ring. Luckily for Austin and WWE, the new theme song received widespread praise. The new version was produced by Disturbed, and it gave Austin an even edgier presentation as he made his entrance. The song now had lyrics, yet these lyrics managed to suit the legend himself, and it instantly became a fan favorite. Unfortunately, the new theme song wouldn't last, as when Austin became a member of the ECW-WCW Alliance in 2001, Austin would ditch the Disturbed theme in favor of a song that sounded like it was produced by Def Rebel. The theme song was titled Venom, and it was just a complete step down compared to what came prior. It was pushing into territory of generic, and it didn't portray to the audience that Austin was the biggest wrestling name on the planet.
That thing
Number
was
5,
terrible.
Aleister Black. Now, it's rare to call any theme song from the past decade a masterpiece. However, when it came to the first theme song for Aleister Black, everything fell into place.
Oh, Aleister Black's theme song in NXT, boy. That theme, oh my God, bro. That theme with him being lifted up like this before he came, it felt like I was about to die, bro. Like whatever he had in his mind to eliminate the opponent, he was going to do that and then some, bro. And you know, I just thought about this. Zoe Stark's theme song really reminds me of his theme song from back in NXT. But anyway, let's let them do what they got to do.
Theme song was ominous, yet it gave Black that cool factor, and it gave him an aura that was hard to beat when he was using it on the NXT brand.
Yeah.
This theme song was combined with a special entrance that made Black look like the most unique yet imposing wrestler in all of WWE.
So cool,
Whilst
man.
Black would use this entrance for a number of years, it was only a matter of time before they decided to switch things up, and Black would debut the now infamous song known as No Man's Land.
Garbage.
The song was a huge downgrade, and even though Black was slowly changing his character, he didn't need to change the theme song in any way to represent this behavioral shift. Number 4, Wade Barrett. One of the reasons why the Nexus faction got over in 2010 was their theme song. Their theme song was memorable, and the lyrics and beat managed to capture the essence of the group's motivations. When the group splintered off and Wade Barrett started a new faction known as The Core, WWE would debut a new theme song for the faction, and based on the success of the first Nexus theme, fans actually had high hopes. This new theme would be titled End of Days, and to say that it underdelivered would be an understatement. The theme song was often labeled as a jobber's theme by fans, which was harsh, but this was a justified criticism as it was just so generic and lifeless. When the group made their entrance using the song, they received zero reaction, and the dull theme song was without a doubt a significant factor in the group failing to connect with the crowd. Number 3.
No, they're right about that, because their theme song for the chorus sounded like every television show from the 90s that came on at like in the random, like on a Wednesday at 11 o'clock in the morning that nobody watched. Like an action or a spy show that came around that time. You listen to their theme song, you go back and listen to those like intros to those old TV shows, it sounds exactly the same.
Shaina Baszler. Now, Shaina Baszler's NXT run was one of domination, and WWE managed to assign Baszler the ideal theme song to represent this domination. Baszler's NXT theme was titled Loyalty is Everything, and the theme song sounded like a song that would be present in WCW in the early 90s, as it had a throwback sound to it, and Baszler managed to match all the mannerisms and a trademark walk to the beat with great effect. Unfortunately, the main roster theme song that Baszler had been using in recent years is produced by Def Rebel. The song sounds like a generic song made for an MMA fighter. The song is flat and lacks any sense of creativity. The theme song is often make or break for wrestlers getting that initial pop from the crowd. It's definitely hindering Baszler's success on the WWE main roster. Number 2.
Dude, no, really quick. I know I keep stopping this a lot. I'm sorry. I need to know, what did Shaina Baszler do to the WWE? Because the Shaina I remember, and we all remember from the black and gold era of NXT that was destroying Kairi Sane's elbow all the time. What did she do? Because it's not even just her theme song that's different on the main roster. Her whole gimmick is nowhere near it. What happened? And Vince is gone, so we can't blame him anymore. So what happened? What did she do? And I'm not saying she got to be pushed all the way to the top, but the way that she's being booked, her character, her theme song, there's nothing there. And she's even losing at NXT. There's nothing there to suggest that this is the same person that came from NXT years ago. That was women's champion twice. What happened? I need to know. That's going to be my agenda in 2025, bro. Get Shaina Baszler back to the way that she was before, please. And now we got the Pure Fusion. I'm not a ranter. It's going to get me started, bro.
DIY. One of the most unpopular trends of modern WWE theme songs is Def Rebel's obsession with theme songs having spoken intros. These are a staple of Def Rebel's work, and the worst example is the current theme song for popular tag duo DIY. The DIY tag team have used endless theme songs over the years, yet this is without a doubt the worst. The theme song starts with an intro which screams,
"Oh my god, I hate this theme song."
But it gets annoying after one listen, and it's mainly down to this ridiculous intro that doesn't help their presentation in any way.
No.
It's been reported that WWE and Def Rebel are parting ways, and if this is indeed the case, then hopefully WWE's new music producer leaves the concept of theme songs having spoken intros right in the past.
What?
And number 1.
Why not just take DIY's theme song and make it Ciampa's theme song in NXT? No One Will Survive. Y'all still got that in the back? Do y'all still got the rights to that song? Because that will be perfect. Def Rebel, you guys are dirty for this, bro. If you guys watch football, every time I hear a Def Rebel theme song, I think of Kirk Cousins, because those are the two biggest robberies when it comes to sports in history, bro. You get paid all that money to do... All right.
Rikishi. When Rikishi turned heel in 2000, the upbeat theme song that Rikishi used as a member of Too Cool just wasn't going to cut it. The theme song was designed to get the fans up and dancing, but now that Rikishi was one of the most detestable heels in all the WWE, it needed to change with immediate effect. Rikishi would debut a new theme known as Bad Man, and whilst the theme song wasn't too bad, it just lacked that X factor that was needed out of a theme song for a main event star during that time. It didn't help that the opening few seconds were extremely quiet, so if the crowd weren't making any noise, it would often come across as awkward, and it would highlight that the heel character wasn't working to the level WWE wanted. But there you have it, folks.
I kind of remember that theme song, but some silence. If the person is playing a gimmick, just like we just talked about Ciampa, before he got No One Will Survive, he would come out to no theme just to kind of irritate the crowd. Dolph Ziggler did that at one point in time. If it's for a character, and that would fit, but if it's the theme song I'm thinking of for Rikishi, then yeah, it wasn't that great at all. But anyway, what were theme songs that got downgraded to something worse in recent memory or in the history of wrestling that you can think of? Please let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Salute, peace, have a great day.